All right, it's time to get into it. First, I want to shout out to people coming in over at Wisdom, taking the time out of your morning to listen to me break down the latest hip hop releases. Also, for the people over at YouTube and Kick, make sure to download the Wisdom app, as that's the app that I usually go live on whenever I'm doing audio only content. And for everybody who's just now tuning in, I do cover the latest hip hop and gaming news. So if you want to click my link tree in my bio, or just type in Notorious Mass Effect or whatever platform you listen to podcasts on, just know you would definitely be informed with the latest hip hop and gaming news. And so hopefully that was a good enough pitch for y'all. In general, I try to work on that, but still a lot more progress to go. But anyways, in general, let's keep the beat on. I'm just gonna play it back. All right, so basically, in general, in like 6 months under our new hosting platform, which is Red Circle, for those who don't know, if you're new, we just surpassed like 740,000 total downloads. So in general, the podcast is let's just say it's doing well right now. It's doing pretty good. So if you want to join the masses, just make sure to click my link tree in my bio, or just type in Notorious Mass Effect on whatever platform you listen to podcasts on to stay up to date with the latest hip hop and gaming news. Now, we will be getting into the latest releases. This probably won't be as long of a stream, because boy, will I, when I tell you that nobody is dropping nowadays, I mean, nobody is dropping. I mean, honestly, sometimes you could look at a new release and be like, oh, one or two people drop. Like, there's nobody dropping. Like, nowadays, AI music is just taking over, and all the real artists are just laying down and just accepting the consequences of not dropping any music, because we're not getting anything. So anyways, yeah, so this stream won't be too long. For my people over at YouTube and Kick, definitely make sure to download the Wisdom app, as that's the app I go live on whenever I'm doing audio only content. And yeah, so with all the plugs out the way, the shameless plugs out the way, let's get into the first topic. And by the first topic, I gotta bring it up first. So if you're new, for my people over at Wisdom, if you're new, just know that in general, whenever these breaks happen, I'm usually pulling up articles about the next song I'm gonna talk about. So whenever I do start talking about a specific track, I would like for, if you choose to join, because that's another reason I forgot to mention that, for people over at YouTube and Kick, another reason why you should download the Wisdom app is because it gives you easy access to join as a guest, which may or may not end up in the final product of the segment review. So in general, if you want an easier way to join in and be a part of the podcast, then that's the best way to go. But anyways, yeah. Okay, but I would prefer you to be on topic if you do join in as a guest, but this is definitely an open space. This is a safe space, open dialogue, as I love to say always, and I definitely enjoy different perspectives. So feel free to join if you want, but I will hope it's on topic. If not, you can just wait till these like brief intermissions and we could talk about whatever. But anyways, let's start off with YG, and then let's get into I think I have Dave in the title. Yeah, I do. Okay, so we're going to save some of them for the end, and then let's get into The Weeknd. And then let's get into Lil Uzi. Yeah, let's get into Lil Uzi. Okay, cool. All right, and for my people over at Wisdom, you probably won't hear any of the audio I play from my laptop, which is definitely fine. For the most part, it's just going to be me talking. But if I ever play any audio elements from my laptop, you won't be able to hear it. But you will after the fact, because I'm using a different mic. So if you go to my podcast platform, Notorious Mass Effect, you will probably hear the difference. So I'm using two mics right now, which some would say that's dedication, some would say you're kind of a madman. So yeah, whichever one you think I am, hopefully you enjoy the quote unquote show. You feel me? So anyways, let's talk about Cash Money's finest and Tyga. All right, let me see. Is there ads on here? I don't think so. There are ads. Give me 1 second. We're gonna see if we can put this over here. I think we can. It doesn't show the picture. Okay, let me just take that. I'll take that. Appreciate you. And then let's use this one. We can keep that ad there. Let me see how it looks over here. If you don't know what I'm doing, I'm fixing the video element for YouTube and Kick. Speaking of Kick, it's been so much news between Kick and Rumble, but there's not no episodes, so I'm not finna get into it. But let's just say the whole back and forth between the creators that are getting paid over at Kick and Rumble is very interesting to listen to. Let's just leave it at that, because I ain't trying to get shadow banned or anything. So anyways, I mean, I'm not even like a live streamer in the first place, so imagine that. Imagine that. That'd be crazy. All right, let me pull this up. Okay. All right, let's get into Tyga and YG. Sometimes I want to look at, I think it was this one. Here it is. Okay, cool. I'm gonna type in some right now. All right. Is that even how you spell that? Hold on, let me get my little Grammarly check. All right, cool. That is how you spell it. All right, let's get into it right now. So Tyga, I'm definitely cutting that out. Actually, let me just start over. So that's another aspect of the live aspect is you get to hear me mess up time and time again. Not just play, I don't mess up too often, but when I do, we just start over. So anyways, okay, now for real this time. So Tyga and YG are back again with a new single titled West Coast Weekend. Now, for those who don't know, nobody's dropping music. So for the sake of content, I'm going to cover a Tyga track in 2023. Now, I know some of y'all may be laughing at the fact that I'm covering a Tyga single in the summertime, but let me just say, Tyga and YG has had some success in the past with different singles like Go Loco, which peaked at number 49 on the Billboard Top 100. And if that's not good enough for you, they had a track titled Run that featured Tyga and 21 Savage. It was on YG's album that peaked at number 13 on the Billboard Top 100. Then they had the notorious Stay Dangerous, because if there's one thing about YG, he's going to tell you to stay dangerous. And I don't know why. I don't know for what rhyme or reason he has, but all I know is staying dangerous is better than just playing it safe. so anyways, yeah, that peaked at number 33 on the Billboard Top 100 charts. And then they had a single in 2014 titled Do You Like, which peaked at number 54 on the Billboard Top 100. So of course, out of all these tracks that they had together, Run was the biggest single by far, with it peaking at number 13 on the Billboard Top 100. And boy, doesn't 21 Savage sneak into every hit possible. I mean, I feel like at this point, we need to actually have a conversation if 21 Savage is one of the best feature artists of all time. Because at this point, this man is on every single hit. This man is everywhere. And every single time I see a track going up on the charts, I see 21 Savage names attached to it. And obviously, the collab with the GOAT didn't hurt in the slightest. But anyways, focusing specifically on this track, YG is accompanied by Tyga and Blast, which if you don't know who Blast is more of an up and coming R&B singer type pop melody. And the guy I would compare him to is kind of like Ty Dolla $ign and maybe a Young Blue, even though Young Blue's more of a recent artist in himself. So I definitely say Ty Dolla Sign is the best comparison I could give when speaking of an artist like Blast, but that should tell you the type of melodies he's capable of, and he's definitely pulling that out as they are definitely trying to get a summer anthem with this track. And let me tell you, it's not too bad. I listened to it from start to finish, and I was like, hey, I may have to listen to this twice. Now, did I listen to this twice is another question for another day, but for the most part, it samples 1986 neck breakers and quote unquote candy, and then of course Blast come in with his hooks and melodies, while Tyga and YG both have the verses, trying to have some type of sense of lyricism in there, and the duo coming together along or attached with a Blast chorus makes for a solid track. And I'm not going to say this is a summer anthem, but I will say that YG and Tyga has definitely given us another solid addition to the already outstanding discography when it comes to making music together. So click my link tree in my bio. Let me know on one of my social medias. What do you think about Tyga and YG dropping a new single titled West Coast Weekend featuring Blast? And will you be giving that song a listen? And if you already have, do you think it's a candidate for Song of the Summer? All right. I think that one went pretty well, if I do say so myself. Shout out to people still coming in over at Wisdom. Just know in general, I'm covering new music right now. So if you want to join in as a guest, you're more than welcome. Of course, it's a safe space, open dialogue. I would just prefer it to be on topic. And if not, then I guess you can wait to these like intermissions right here to like jump in and ask whatever you want to ask. You can always be like, come in and be like, hey man, I don't agree with that. It's just as long as it's respectful, I'm open to all perspectives. So anyways, let's get into the weekend. What is this looking like? Let's see if we can use this. Let me see. Let me pull this up right quick. Give me 1 second. I don't know how this is gonna look. Okay, cool. I wonder if it still shows the picture. If not, we're gonna be in trouble. Oh, it does. Perfect. All right, cool. Let's get into the weekend. Give me 1 second. Um, give me 1 second. I'm gonna look something up and then I'm gonna start. I think that's how you title it. I like to do my research before I start a segment. I don't just want to we don't be doing fake news around here. You feel me? All right, cool. All right, let's get into it. How do I got look up one more? Oh, McConan. That's funny. Wasn't there? Anyways, I'm gonna save that for the segment. Y'all finna figure that out in a second. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, cool. Let's go right now. Random question. What happened to I Love McConan? And when that artist came up with his specific name of I Love McConan, was it because of the weekend? Now you have to stay with me. Now I know what you're saying. This man has lost it, completely lost it. But if you look up the weekend's full name, is Abel McConan Tesfaye. Now I know good and well an artist did not just name his entire artistry after saying that he loves the weekend. Because if he did, then more power to him. I would have did the same thing. But anyways, getting back on topic, the weekend and his team around HBO has dropped a new single, two more singles, might I add, for the HBO original show, The Idol. So of course this is another addition to the soundtrack, adding on to the past tracks, which was Double Fantasy and Popular. I believe Double Fantasy debuted at number 3 on the Billboard Top 100, while Popular, which was the track featuring Playboy Cardi, debuted at number 5 on the Billboard Top 100. And I think the previous one I was talking about with Double Fantasy, I think that one featured Future. Yeah, that one featured Future. And Double Fantasy and Popular to me was just straight fire. Like, I don't know what The Weeknd was doing. I don't know if he just needs to make more movie soundtracks, but Double Fantasy and Popular is probably some of the, I'm not gonna say the best music I've heard from him in a while, because a lot of fans don't like his pop type of sound he's kind of evolved into. For me, I don't mind it. So in general, I think Double Fantasy and Popular is the best mix of the old Weeknd and the new Weeknd, which some hardcore Abel Tesfaye fans are probably throwing a popcorn or whatever at the screen right now, probably telling me how wrong I am, because in general, if you listen to the Weeknd's old music and you listen to his current music, it's definitely not the same, and he's definitely transitioned into a more popular type of style, which is why people say he's just making straight pop now, and it's working. I mean, the past 2 singles he's put out for the Idol, I mean, Double Fantasy peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Top 100, while Popular debuted at number 5 on the Top 100. So if you think about that, and the streams that it has right now, over 100 million for Double Fantasy, over 50 million for Popular, then you could see why he wanted to go this route in the first place. So in general, they had 2 more additions to the Idol soundtrack, which I don't know anything about the show. All I know is it's an HBO original. It's a whole new show featuring The Weeknd, of course, which is why he's giving it so many musical additions. And episode 2 is dropping this Sunday. So hey, don't kill the messenger, because I heard the movie or the TV show or whatever it's called is pretty trash. But hey, I got to give you the facts. So episode 2 is coming out this Sunday, and the 2 singles, because I know you probably want me to get to that, is World Class Sinner / I'm a Freak. Like literally World Class Sinner / I'm a Freak by Jocelyn Depp. I don't know if that's how you say her name. No. Lily Rose Depp. My fault. So Lily Rose Depp, and her name in the show is Jocelyn, I believe. Yeah. Okay. And then the second track is the overall score of the show, titled The Lore. And that's really not a Weeknd track. I mean, his name is on it, but it's really more like I'm not gonna say a vibe, but it's more of like a soundtracky. That doesn't describe it at all. It's more of a TV show theme song, if that makes sense. It's not too much of a actual pop structure. It's just a lot of the beat setting the mood, and then Abel with some background ad-lib singing a little bit, but it's not really a song in the sense of Double Fantasy and Popular. It's more of like a track you would play in the background of like a really dramatic intro to a TV show. So, so yeah, I wouldn't really call The Lore a track, but World Class Sinner / I'm a Freak, yeah, that title is wild. Performed by Lily Rose Depp is pretty fire, and in general, I will say that track specifically is probably good. I don't want to be disrespectful, but I'm gonna say it's good because I didn't put it on my playlist. Respect to Lily Rose, but I do feel like her performance vocally was pretty solid on the track. And if anybody likes that type of music from that particular person, I don't know if she's an artist. I don't know if this is the first song she ever put out, but she sounded pretty good, and it's honestly not too bad. So a little bit more information about the Idol. I think Lily Rose Depp came out and said, quote, no. The Weeknd came out and said, quote, "I was planning on dropping the whole soundtrack for the Idol by the finale, but I'm too hyped. Instead, I want to drop new music for the show every week with each episode." That's an interesting rollout. I'm excited for you guys to hear what we've been cooking and all these incredible artists that are a part of the show. This week, Jocelyn's pop song World Class Sinner and The Lore theme score, episode 2, this Sunday. So Abel McConan Tesfaye did not waste time promoting the show, as he's saying he's gonna drop music every single time a new episode for the Idol drops. And if that's not W promotion from your pop star that's literally in the show, I don't know what is. Because I bet you, best believe you, Ludacris is not dropping any music every time Fast and Furious drops. Like, there's specific actors and musicians that just go above and beyond when it comes to promo for certain TV shows and movies. So I'm interested to see how this works out for the weekend. But at the end of the day, I think it's W promotion, as everybody's going to be tuning in, if not for the show, to hear what new music they're able cook up. And who knows, maybe after listening to the entitled soundtrack, you may start music and start up your own little music career and call yourself I Love McConan. So anyways, click my link tree in my bio. Let me know on one of my social medias. What do you think about The Weeknd dropping 2 more songs for the Idol soundtrack? And will you be giving it a listen? And also, will you be watching the show, new episode 2, Sunday? All right. Let me see. Let's get into Lil Uzi. Let me see. I was just listening to G Herbo and also, okay, so yeah, let me address this right quick. So basically, yeah, I think it's still going. So for my YouTube and Kick viewers, just know if my stream goes out, it should reconnect and come back up. So if you're currently watching, just know it may go down and come back up. I don't know why, because the Wi-Fi seems pretty stable even when I'm uploading stuff. But whenever I'm live streaming, it acts funny sometimes. But yeah, it's always gonna come back up. And if it doesn't, then you already know where to go. Click my link tree in my bio, or type in Notorious Mass Effect on whatever platform you listen to podcasts on, and you'll definitely be able to listen to it after the fact when I upload it. But I just want to let y'all know before y'all, just freak out. I say all the time, I'm a podcaster that's live streaming. It's definitely not the other way around. So anyways, let's get into Little Uzi Vert. Hold up, I kind of want to put this over here. Here we go.
The album.
All right, cool. I don't know why it's not charging. Like, literally, I have a charger on my phone right now. It's not even charging. You love to see it. And everything's plugged in. Like, I don't know. Yeah, so in a second, I may have to switch to my phone audio, which, I mean, that's fine with me, but hopefully that's fine with y'all. Because at the end of the day, I do use a different mic for when I'm doing my podcast, but yeah, I may have to do that now. Hold on, give me 1 second. All right. All right. I know I probably sound totally different now, but in general, this is going to work out in the long run, because at least I get to keep the stream up. And I'm going to have to charge this regardless. Hold up. A little technical difficulty. You love to see it. So yeah, in general, I use like a Shure SM7B whenever I'm recording. But for Wisdom, they don't have a desktop app. It's always hard for me to say that. So I have to go live on my phone. So that means I need a completely different mic. And the more you know. All right. I wish I could use my. It wasn't working. That's unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, that was a brief intermission. All right, let's get into Little Uzi Vert. Actually, let me come over here, pull this up right quick. Okay. Shout out to the 5 people we have right now over at Wisdom. I appreciate y'all taking the time out of your morning to listen to me break down the latest tracks that just dropped. In general, if you want to follow my podcast, just click my link tree in my bio. But I definitely appreciate y'all being, um, patient with me with all these technical difficulties and coming through for the live edition. Alrighty, let's get into it right now. Actually, why is it so big? Hold on, does it change that? Does it change that? Okay, cool. Cool. That's way too big. All right, can y'all even see that? Hold on, we may have to.
Uh, the album, the
Um, all right, cool. This is the best we have to do. All right, cool. Let's get into it right now. Also, for people who have over at Wisdom, you won't be able to hear this part where Uzi's talking, but after the fact, I'll definitely come back in. So for a second, you won't be able to hear anything because I'll be playing Lil Uzi talking about the pink tape.
uh, the album is coming at the end of this month. I don't have no, I can't.
All right, first off, shameless plug. Definitely follow my Analytic Dreams video to watch the video version of this review segment. And also, if Lil Uzi Vert lies to his fan base one more time, I'm just gonna advise y'all to crash out because ain't no way y'all gonna get the pink tape at the end of June. I'm just letting y'all know that right now, so don't get your hopes up. But hey, we gonna let the man speak for himself.
Can't hold off no more. Like, you know me, I'm crazy. Like, even if I gotta drop it myself, it's coming out at the end of the month.
That man said, even if I gotta put it out myself. Do y'all not know that Little Uzi Vert can drop music whenever he wants to? Like, honestly, I think that artists think their fan base is not as intelligent as they might be, which granted, some fans are not smart, just to say the least. But I think we understand at this point that the top of the top artists can do whatever they want when they want. So Uzi, of course, nobody, especially his label, was a Generation Now, is definitely not holding him back from dropping music, especially not DJ Drama. I mean, if you manage somebody like a Lil Uzi Vert, you would want him to drop music so you can make more money off of him. I mean, it's just, just blatantly what it is. But at the end of the day, Lil Uzi Vert did say that he's dropping his pink tape by the end of this month. Now, for all my RDC World fans out there, we know what it means to be lied to time and time again about the release date for some content. And now, for my Lil Uzi Vert fans out there, just know that you're going to be going through the same problem and the same issue as Lil Uzi Vert is lying to y'all face. If y'all think that this man's about to drop an entire album already in the midst, I'm not going to say it's the midst of summer, but if he's going to drop an album, he's probably going to wait before August, maybe even September, but he's not dropping an album this month. I would have to stamp it because at this point, I don't know. I feel like I know when the Uzi release date is coming up or release. And the same way that Kanye West lies to his fan base to drum up promotion and just word of mouth, I think Uzi's doing the same thing. But it's going to get to the point where his fan base is going to no longer believe any word that comes, any word that comes out of his mouth. His fan base isn't going to believe because it's just going to think he's just trying to play them once more because he's already lied about the pink tape coming out before. But this man Uzi keeps saying that he's going to drop it before the end of this month. Now, what should we expect from it? A lot of people came out, especially the co-owner from Generation Now, Don Canner, which is the record label that Lil Uzi Vert is signed to. and it's also under Atlantic Records. So Atlantic wants him to put out some type of music. But he said that Lil Uzi Vert recorded, and I quote, like 600 songs for this album. And then Don Cannon, which is the co-owner of Generation Now, so this isn't just some random talking about Lil Uzi Vert. This isn't just some blogger like, oh, this man said this and this man said that. Now this is straight from the co-owner of the label that signed Uzi Vert's mouth. So anyways, Don Cannon said, quote, it's different because we're getting all kinds of songs out of him. Quote, might get a rock song, a real rap song, because he really rap, which I think a lot of people forget that Uzi Vert really raps. I remember when he did the remix for Who Run It with G Herbo, and he was really like the vocal inflection, the way he was rapping, the double entendres he was pulling out, it was completely different to the music he makes 90% of the time. And that should frustrate Lil Uzi Vert fans. If your favorite artist can rap, but he chooses just to sing and just to croon, because I call people who can't sing but does it anyway, I call it crooning. So when Uzi croons on a track, creating all sorts of melodies, which is fire, I might add, but if he can actually rap, I would like some more just Who Run It type of songs sprinkled throughout. Because if you can really rap like he already showed us on that track with G Herbo, I believe he should do it more often. But hey, what do I know? So anyway, he said, oh, to finish the quote from Don Cannon, he finished it by saying, might get the melodic expletive, because this is PG podcast, but he said, might get the melodic expletive that he do. That's a fun thing. And then so he was basically saying you never know what you're gonna get from Lil Uzi Vert. He was saying you might get a rock song, might get a rap song because he can really rap, might get a melodic song. So basically, he didn't really answer what type of vibe we're going for with this album, but he did say that Uzi Vert is equally impressive than most other artists on the planet, because to be able to switch it up like that, I will say takes some type of talent to do in general, because not all artists can rap. Not all artists are good at making melodies. And especially, not all artists are good at making a good song that blows up on the Billboard Top 100, which Lil Uzi Vert has somehow managed to do again with I Wanna Rock. I mean, if I see one more person shaking their hips to a beat with no words, I may lose it. So yeah, man. Click my link tree in my bio. Let me know on one of my social medias. What do you think about Lil Uzi Vert and him announcing that he's dropping the Pink tape before the end of this month? And do you think he's telling the truth, or is it just all cap? All right. Let me see where we at. We're doing pretty good on time. All right, let's see what else. This stream's not gonna be too long for the people who's just coming in. Just know in general, it's usually longer. But nobody's dropping music, man. Like I literally just finished I literally had to start covering Tyga. Like nobody's dropping, bro. Like it's just a sad day in history for music lovers out here. All right, let me see. We have the City Girls. Y'all want to talk about them? Let's talk about the City Girls. Let's talk about the City Girls, and then let's talk about BTS. Hey, want to talk about them? And then let's talk about Rosalia. Yeah, that's the music we have right now. That's that's what we working with, man. That's what we working with. All right, let me see. City Girls. Okay. Do they have ads? All right, give me 1 second. All right, give me 1 second. Okay. Shout out to the people still coming in over at Wisdom. If you're enjoying this, just know I always cover hip hop and gaming news. So click the follow button to be notified when I go live, or you can just click my link tree in my bio to follow my podcast. We just surpassed over like 730,000 total downloads in like 5 months under Red Circle. So the podcast is doing great. So if you just want to join the masses, make sure to click my link tree in my bio, and all the links are for you, whatever platform you listen to podcasts on. Without further ado, let me take this right quick. All right, let's take this over here. Okay. Man, people gonna start putting respect on the city girl's name, man. All right. All right, cool. Yeah, I got it. All right, bro. Let's get into the city girls and the people on YouTube and Kick. Hey man, let's y'all can thank me later. Anyways, all right, let's get into the city girls right now. Say man, we need to start putting some respect on a city girl's name because in general, they're probably the best hip hop duo to ever grace a mic. All right. I mean, honestly, you already know I was lying. But in general, I felt like we do need to put a little bit more respect on the city girl's name. I mean, they do have a few, maybe even several hits. As they had Act Up, peaked at number 4 on the Billboard Top 100. Of course, come on now. And then they had what else? They had I'm not even trying to be funny. Oh, they had P Talk with Doja Cat. You can probably understand. You can probably already guess what P is. Just let's use our context clues. It's a woman rapping. It's called P Talk. I wonder what the P stands for. Anyways, I'm just gonna move on. So that was 14 on the Billboard Top 100. Then we had Twerk, which reached. It's literally called Twerk. It reached number 11 on the Billboard Top 100, and it featured the one, the only Cardi B. And then we're not even done. We're still going with hits right now. Then we had a track that peaked at number 22 called Jobs, and this was released in 2020. So, yeah, if you don't know who the City Girls are, they're pretty popular in Miami, Florida. They're known for a lot of female empowerment and representation of in women hip hop. And I'm not even being funny when I say that, as I'm being entirely funny when I say that. Yeah, I thought I was being serious for a second. Anyways, let's get into the real news. So City Girls is back again with a new sample, a new Cool J sample track titled I Need a Thug. Man, what type of inspiration are we giving our little girls nowadays? So anyways, City Girls need a thug for some reason, but they released it under the license of Quality Control. And Young Miami and JT are back at it again, which Young Miami at this point is pretty confusing as Carisha has become her own personality. So is it Young Miami or is it Carisha? It never got to the point where P. Diddy and Brotherly Love was close in popularity because everybody knew it was P. Diddy. It was never Brotherly Love, even though if you said that to his face, he may smack the mess out of you. But anyways, Carisha is probably as popular, I will say at this point, compared to her other name, Young Miami. And that's just something I've realized with her new show that was given to her through P. Diddy because, let's just say they're very close. But anyways, City Girls released a new track, and that's all you really need to know. It's called I Need a Thug. It's a LL Cool J sample. And let me just tell you, it's straight dumpster water, man. It's dumpster fire, dog water. I don't even know what else to call it. It's straight trash, man. It's like one of those things that you would go to in a grocery store and you would just see it expired and you just walk right past it because it's just no good, man. It's no good. It's pretty bad, man. It's makes you appreciate the likes of Ice Spice, Bia, especially makes you appreciate Lotto. I mean, Lotto got the whole package, doesn't she? Anyways, let's keep going. Let's focus. And then you have Sweetie. I mean, I don't know why she's not dropping music. I mean, I could probably guess, but we're gonna save that for another day. And then we have who else? So many. Glorilla. I could keep going honestly. Like the women hip hop scene is as good as it's ever been in the hip hop genre. And I'm a stick by that. I mean, we have the likes of Nicki Minaj, leading the troops, of course, because she's out here competing with the men. She already put herself in a whole nother category. But then we have Cardi B rising up the ranks. Then we have our our newcomers like Lotto, Glorilla, Ice Spice, Bia from London. I think she's from London. I don't know. People keep making fun of her not being from London, so I don't know what that's all about. And then there's just so many women rappers in the game. Rhapsody. It's just in a great place. But this track, I Need a Thug by City Girls, is not helping the case that this is probably the best women hip hop field we've ever had in the entire history of the genre. So click my link tree in my bio. Let me know on one of my social medias. What do you think about the City Girls? Do you think they're one of the greatest hip hop duos of all time? And also, will you be giving this track a listen? And if not, tell me why. And if you have listened to it, did your ears bleed or no? I feel like I should have said or nah, but I feel like that would have came off a little zesty. You feel me? Yeah, I don't feel me. Appreciate the people still coming in over at Wisdom. Just know I'm covering the latest tracks that just dropped. This won't be too long, as literally nobody's dropping music. Like it's kind of sad at this point. But this is what we're working with, so this is what we're gonna do. Like I literally just finished reviewing Tyga, finished reviewing the City Girls. At this point, man, I may just chalk it up as an L and for the whole year and just give it to AI music because that's the only software that's actually giving us good music nowadays. All right, let me take this one. And then let me take that. And take that off. All right. All right, cool. Let's get into BTS because why not? BTS is back again with the new single titled Take Two. And if I didn't know any better, I would say that BTS probably had the best fan base that I've ever seen in music history. Because if you think about it, the fan base of BTS is something that we've never seen before. And obviously, I know some people may bring up the guy who did the Gangnam Style, or they may bring up some random K pop artists. But to go from your hometown, not really speaking English like that, and then coming to America, blowing up even bigger, and then I don't know if they learned English before coming over or while they was over, but just the seamless integration into American culture, going to the White House, going on Jimmy Kimmel, I believe they went, and then going on another show, I believe. It was just very interesting in how they really responded to American culture in the way that they was being highlighted and promoted amongst the ranks. Because I think in general, when you really look at it, BTS could be one of those type of boy bands that just has all type of drama happening all the time. So and so artists don't like another artist, but in general, you always hear about BTS in the music. You never hear about beef. The only time we ever heard about any type of controversy was when they got sent to the army, and that's controversy. Then I guess you just haven't been watching the news. But anyways, that's like normal. Back in Korea, so you have to like serve time, a set amount of time before you turn a certain age. So they had to get it out the way. They couldn't push it back any further. So I think the only one that's left is like J-Hope for right now. And I think even he's going to the military. So in general, looking at this article, it's a lot of obstacles that BTS has to jump through to even keep putting out music. Because of course, I'm not saying they're still recording while they're serving. I mean, that would be wild, right? Like imagine they just turned into a whole Lil Durk wave while they was in the military. People would really believe him then. Not just playing. All right. So, anyways, Take Two is one of those type of records where it's another pop type of track, and I don't know what it is about BTS, but they do the pop sound so much justice. Like it's such a smooth sounding track. And I think they're signed under Big Hit Entertainment, if I'm not mistaken. And BTS, J-Hope, Jin, a lot of the other artists are currently doing the mandatory military service. But to still have unreleased music that sounds this good in the modern age, obviously they haven't been away for like years. But it's been some time they've been away now, serving under the military. But in general, Jimin had his debut solo album Face in March, because there's multiple members of this group. Not all of them went at the same time. Most of them went at the same time, but not all of them. So Jimin was one of the ones that stayed back. He dropped his debut solo album called Face, while Jungkook put out a track with Charlie Puth last year, and that was pretty successful. And yeah, okay, so they are under Big Hit. I figured they were. And so they initially expressed that they would reunite by 2025. So if all my BTS fans out there, if y'all was wanting like a kind of a first day out type freestyle, which they probably won't give that to us because it's not like they're in jail. But if you was wondering when they're all gonna come back, total like in totality, it's probably going to be by 2025, and that's like, I don't think that's the earliest, but that's just something you can benchmark. And they said it's in March, so 2025. No, it's not in March. My fault. I almost gave you wrong information. Just know it's going to be in 2025. I don't know when they're going to get out, but they're going to get out at some point. They're going to keep updating the hits that they've already given us, as this track is single, quote unquote, two takes. Is it two takes or take two? It says take two. Would definitely rise on the Billboard Top 100, and it's already getting helped out in the Spotify algorithm, as if you look at new music, it's like in the top 3. So on that front, they have it already laid out for them. But in general, their fan base, which is like they literally call the army, which I think is so ironic, but anyways, they are way more supportive of BTS than I've seen a fan base support any other artist. And I'm being so serious when I say that. BTS may have the best fan base in the music industry. So anyways, click my link tree in my bio. Let me know on one of my social medias. What do you think about BTS in the current situation with most of the members having to serve mandatory military service? And also, will you be listening to the latest single titled Take Two? And if you have, was it fire or trash? All right, let me see. I see one person is one person over at YouTube said like, oh, he commented hi. Oh, what's up, man? How you? Appreciate you tuning in. Was it Sean? But I can't read. Let me see. Sean Scanlon. If you see the screens I'm using right now, it's kind of crazy. But he just said hi. That's kind of cool. I appreciate that. Just tuning in to say hi. You always love to see it. But yeah, man. If you was wondering if I read the comments, or then there's your answer. I remember talking to this one guy while I was playing Jedi Survivor, and he was like, do you read comments? And then after I said yes, like we had like a whole conversation. So, but anyways, I appreciate you for commenting and stopping by to check out the channel. Just know I do cover the latest hip hop and gaming. So if you enjoy that, definitely make sure you hit that follow button. Definitely subscribe. But if not, it's no love lost. I definitely appreciate you for tuning in anyway. So anyways. Yeah, okay. Cool. All right, let's keep going. Let me see if I can find this right quick. Oh, Sean said Atlantic City, NJ in the house. What's that mean? What does NJ mean? Sorry, I'm kind of ignorant. I wasn't the best in my geography class. Atlantic City though, that's what's up. Is that new? That can't be New Jersey, right? That's definitely not New Jersey. What y'all think? That's probably not. Yeah, I was so bad with that. My fault, but yeah, now Atlantic City, NJ. Hopefully you're able to let me know what that means. I don't know what NJ means, but I appreciate you tuning in from all the way over there. And in general, this is definitely not my usual setup, but we making it work right now because it's an everyday struggle. Oh, okay, it is New Jersey. Okay, that's why I don't know why I blinked on that. But I appreciate you for even tuning in. I wonder what the time is over there. Is that a different time zone? I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, no, it's not. Okay, but I definitely appreciate you for tuning in all the way over there. It's amazing what technology allows nowadays, as far as like accessibility. But anyways, I'm gonna keep going with the song reviews. I definitely appreciate you tuning in, Sean. Just know in general, I am like a podcaster who live streams just to get like an extra um, accessibility, I guess, option for people who support me to come through and we could like go back and forth. But in general, um, my platforms are on podcasting really. So wherever you listen to podcasts on, just type in Notorious Mass Effect and you'll be able to find my podcast. In general, we just surpassed like over 730,000 total downloads under Red Circle in 6 months at this point. Yeah, it's been 6 months. So the podcast is doing well. So if you want to join the masses, make sure to do that. And but I definitely appreciate you tuning in live right now as this is not easy, man. Like being because I'm technically on vacation, but I'm still getting this stuff in because I don't know, I enjoy doing this. But anyways, you said 2 a.m. where you're located. Oh, okay, so you're 1 hour ahead of me. Okay, I definitely appreciate you. Yeah, nah, that's definitely deep into the morning. Well, I'm gonna try to keep you entertained, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. So, anyways, let's get into Rosalia. Let's see. I'm not gonna lie, I always enjoy covering Rosalia because I feel like she's one of those artists that always puts out quality music. Let's see, Rosalia paid homage. Oh, and Sean, in general, for my live streams, I like basically break up my segments. So whenever I get into a topic, if you like comment or something, I don't like read it like right when you comment. Just know I get to it after whenever I'm finished with the segment because I always cut these up and put it out on my podcast platforms after the fact. So yeah. All right. So I think y'all can see that the Rosalia stuff. Let's get into that. Right. Hold up. I think I may need that. Yeah, let me take this. All right, yeah. Oh, I already took it. That's crazy. Um. All right. Let me see. Shout out to my people over at Wisdom. We almost at double digits. I appreciate y'all tuning in live and listening to me cover the latest hip hop tracks. Also, Sean, if you don't know about Wisdom, that's the app I also go live on. They gave me a it's like a verification badge. In general, is one of the platforms I go live on most when I'm doing audio only content. So if you was wondering who I'm talking to, that's who I'm talking to. People over at Wisdom, and it's a new app. It's like if you go on the Apple Store, like Wisdom, and it has like social app under it, stuff like that. All right, let me see if I can pull this up. Ah, okay, that's what I was doing. I'm always trying to bring up facts for you. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let me see. Rosalia artist. Not gonna lie, but I'm at a vacation spot. Yeah, I'm telling y'all this. Hey, so y'all can't tell nobody. But I'm finna tell y'all this. All right. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So I'm in a vacation spot, right? And I go to use the bathroom. Tell me why I come back and the lights are off. Now y'all know. If y'all don't know how scared that made me, I was like, bro, I thought I was gonna have to pull out my karate training, man. I was finna start doing cart flip like cartwheel backflips for no reason. I was gonna be out here going crazy. Lights was off, man. I thought the boogeyman was coming to get me. But anyways, I got past it. As you can see, I'm still here. All right. Anyways, let's get into Rosalie. I'm tripping. All right, let's get into it right now. If there's one thing about Rosalia is she's gonna give us quality music, and by quality music, she gave us quality music once again, and even paid homage to a Japanese style with a tuya music video. Now I'm probably mispronouncing that. Please don't kill me for all the anime fans out there and for the people who natively speak Japanese, because I literally know people who like anime so much they learned the language Japanese just because of it. Like I don't even yeah. So that's dedication. But anyways, it's a new song, a new video, new music video out now. And Rosalia basically takes us on an adventure through Tokyo. And she basically said, quote, when explaining the song, she said, quote, I was inspired by Japanese instruments to create the musical arrangement for Tuya. If you stalk, oh, no. And then she went on to say, Japan makes me want to move slowly, delicately. It is beautiful no matter where you look at it. I admire the dedication they put into the little things. It inspires me with everything. Absolutely everything is a ritual. So obviously, she already explained how she's deeply inspired by Japanese culture, and you can kind of see that in the music video. I mean, I watched it, and it's a really good representation of Tokyo. If you ever watched the video, I mean, of course, it's called Tuya, so hopefully, if you look up Rosalia and Tuya, it'll pop up. But in general, she does a good job on showing you just the beautiful atmosphere of Tokyo. And when she talks about it, you get another perspective of how it affects her music and her creative art. And then she also said, talking about Tokyo, she said, quote, I find inspiration in the freedom of mixing of patterns and colors that happens naturally in Japan. I'm also a fan of how the 60-year-old ladies dress. Like, imagine, like, that's how you know she was there for a while. Like, the type of compliment she's coming with is something that you can't even just make up on the fly. Like, you can't even act like you know that type of information. Like, so you know she was there for a while. I mean, she's looking at everybody and how they dress, literally everybody. So, anyways, let me go back to the quote. Rosalia said, I'm also a fan of how the 60-year-old ladies dress. They look gorgeous every day when they dress up to go shopping in their neighborhood. I remember being in Kyoto and wishing that I can grow old with as much style as them. Safe to say that Rosalia was heavily inspired by the Tokyo scene, and these quotables that she's giving this interviewer is just icing on the cake, as you can already see it in the music video. If you never listened to a word she said about Tokyo, you can definitely see she enjoyed Tokyo and the music video. But now that she's given us actual descriptions of how it influenced her music and just her creative visions, it makes even more sense now. And I don't know if y'all have listened to Rosalia music in the past. I mean, she has music with Bad Bunny called La Noche. Then, bro, if I say this, I promise you, you're not gonna be able to type it in. So, she also had Despacio. I don't even know if that's how you say it. Featuring Bad Bunny. Y'all probably like, bro, you're butchering this so much, but you know, I'm trying my best. You feel me? Then she had La Fama with featuring The Weeknd. La Fama. LAFAMA featuring The Weeknd back in 2021. So she's a pretty big artist. I mean, imagine having multiple songs with Bad Bunny. Like, either you're a big artist or, you know, I don't know. Y'all let me know what the other reason is. So in general, she's done songs with Bad Bunny, The Weeknd. Let me see. She's had her own hits like Apele in 2018, Malamente in 2018. She had other tracks like Bachata. But if that's a cuss word, I just said that like 20 times. that was in 2020. What else? Con Atura featuring J Balvin and El Guincho. Yeah, I'm definitely butchering these names, so I'm just gonna stop. But yeah, y'all get the point. She's been around for a while. She has a bunch of hits, and she's back with another one that's heavily Tokyo inspired. And by the end of this segment, you should probably know why she's heavily inspired by Tokyo, as it just creatively has such an immense effect on her to the point where she just wanted to make an entire music video dedicating and paying homage to the Japanese style. So click my link tree in my bio. Let me know on one of my social medias. What do you think about Rosalia and her new music video titled Tuya? And what, if you've ever been to Tokyo, what's your favorite memory from visiting? All right. I don't know why they took so long. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, the stream's running well. Oh yeah, also Sean, if the stream goes down, that's because the place I'm at, like, the Wi-Fi is pretty good. I don't know why it does this, but sometimes it just goes down randomly. So it'll go down and come back up. So if it does that, just know I didn't just abruptly end the stream. It just does that. I don't know why. But Yeah. Let me see. Definitely download that Wisdom app though if you want to like see what other people are like, what other people are joining in if you want to feel. Because in general, like sometimes I mostly talk to the Wisdom people, so y'all may be feeling left out, but just know, I care about all y'all the same. All right. So, anyways, let's see what we have next. So we have Dave, Central C. Let's get into that. We talked about BTS, Joyner Lucas, Drake. Oh, we gotta get into Drake. Let me see. Yeah, I think we're on the title tracks now. Like I said, it wasn't gonna be a long stream, even though we're already way past an hour. Usually I do like an hour, and like 2 hours easy. So talked about Lil Uzi already. Virtual, I don't know. We can. Let me see BTS. We already talked about that. Lil Uzi. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Joyner Lucas. Talk about him. And then Drake. Let me see, where's Drake at? Where is my goat? Let me see. I can't find it. Dang, they really don't want me to talk about Drake. That's tough. All right, I'm just gonna type it in anyway. Let me see. Let's type in Drake. All right, cool. Let me see if I was missing any tracks. I was gonna call. I need to cover Rilo. Is that how you say it? Rilo Rodriguez? Probably do need to cover him though. I may not though. All right, yeah, we're not gonna cover him. We gonna end with this one. I didn't want to go too long anyways, because I feel like I needed, like last time I went way over time. Like I literally streamed for almost 3 hours just covering new music. And I don't know what got into me, but that was not it. Because that day after, I felt it. Talk about all nighter. 1 hour of sleep and then right back to it. So, anyways. All right, let's get into Joyner Lucas and NBA Youngboy. Because this was probably my favorite song of the night. We should tell you. We should tell you the type of quality of music that dropped. This was definitely my favorite song of the night. I mean, Joyner Lucas is not a bad artist, so no disrespect, but still. All right, let's get into it right. Let me see if I can find this. I can't believe in general, I had a whole outlet to charge my phone and use my second mic for Wisdom, and it just went out. I mean, it didn't go out, but it wasn't charging my phone. My phone was dying because it was just taking on the whole power of the mic, and that is not it. All right, I should have got two pillows. I feel like I'm just complaining right now. Let me just tell y'all a plethora of complaints. Like, first off, my back hurt. Second off, all right. Okay, let me see. What's this at? All right, we should get something right here. All right, cool. Yep. Let's get into it right now. Who would have thunk in 2023 I would have been excited for new Joyner Lucas music? And I say that with all due respect, because this man, time and time again, proves me wrong. I don't know if there's another artist who consistently puts out good music in the lead up to an album besides Joyner Lucas. Like obviously, y'all all know who my goat is, and Aubrey Graham, and also an Abel Tesfaye. But when it comes to the most underappreciated, underestimated artists in the game, consistently giving us high quality music. I mean, this is the same guy that's giving us Lucky You featuring Eminem. He's given us Ramen and OJ. He's given us Your Heart featuring J. Cole. He's given us um so many tracks that's done numbers and just quality filled tracks that at this point he has to. I don't see another reason to why he doesn't get his just due than him being on or not being on a major label. Like if I was to look at it right now, because in general, I don't think a lot of people understand what I mean by being independent. That means you don't have a machine behind you to pay um, radio outlets for promotion. So now you have to do it all on your own. You have to be the one that goes out and drum up, not even controversy, just drum up some type of anticipation and some type of appeal. I'm trying to look this up. Give me 1 second. Because when you're independent, right? I think in general, okay, I'm sorry. That's just too many pauses. My fault. So Joyner Lucas, and talking about him being not or lack of being on a major label, he's definitely signed to, or he was signed to Atlantic Records, but then he departed from Atlantic Records in 2018. So he is now fully independent. Okay, that's probably why. And he said some of his reasons for leaving Atlantic was because of him wanting more creative control over his music, which is usually the reason. And since leaving Atlantic Records, he's released several successful singles, such as, or in albums such as ADHD, and Evolution. And think about this. He's an independent artist collaborating with J. Cole, Lil Baby, and Eminem. Imagine being an independent artist collabing with Eminem. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm not saying you can never do it, but I think Eminem definitely charges a fee when it comes to collaborating with different artists. Now, you have Joyner Lucas pulling off getting a young boy collab. If y'all know the amount of artists that will literally kill somebody for a young boy feature, because in general, Joyner Lucas is not one of those type of artists where you look at him and you're just like, okay, well, he's gonna get all the artists to jump on his album. Like you don't really. That's where the underestimated part comes in. You don't look at Joyner Lucas and think he can just pull off any feature he puts his mind to. But after collaborating with Youngboy, Eminem, and J. Cole, I mean, at that point, this man has a whole plethora of artists that he can pull in to make music with, because the respect amongst his peers is immense, but the respect amongst the fans isn't as big as you would think it should be, which is where the underestimated and underappreciated comes in. Even for me, every time I listen to a Joyner Lucas, I'm like, here comes Joyner Lucas with another track. Then I listen to it, and it's just straight fire. So Joyner Lucas continues to put the work in, continues to put out quality. All right, all right. Can y'all see that? I think y'all can. Let me see. Kind of dealing with technical difficulties right now. It's kind of going in and out. So if the stream stops, it's definitely gonna come back up. If not, it'll all be uploaded after the fact to Notorious Mass Effect or whatever platform you listen to podcasts on. So I just live stream for extra like accessibility for my supporters. So all right, let's get into Dave, and then we're gonna. This may be the greatest duo since Shaq and Kobe. Because honestly, when coming to music, you would not think that two UK artists will be running the charts like this. Maybe the greatest duo since Jay-Z and Kanye, since MJ and himself. No, I'll just play. That don't even make sense. But y'all get what I'm saying. Since Drake and Future, since Lil Nas X and Billy Ray Cyrus, this may be one of the greatest duos in hip hop history. simply for the fact that Dave and Central C take the craft so seriously to the point they giving us double, triple entendres in their tracks that will make you laugh out loud. Now, I can't just say that and not give y'all something that they be cooking. Hold up, give me 1 second. I can't just say that and not give y'all some lyrics that they be saying in their tracks, right? So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna pull up some of these lyrics and y'all let me know what this means. Cause at this point, I don't think y'all really hearing them. I don't think y'all really hearing two of the greatest lyricists to ever grace a mic. And obviously I'm joking, but it comes to a point where I'm not joking as much with these guys because they can really rap. Like they can actually rap on a level that's like insane. And the song is literally titled UK Rap. I mean, I'm probably gonna title this segment the album that they put out just titled Split Decision, but I have to quote some lyrics from UK Rap. So if you will, turn with me to UK Rap by Dave and Citra C Ingenious. And it reads, she don't listen to UK rap if it ain't Dave or Cinch. I don't know who Cinch is, but I'm just gonna infer that it's the abbreviation to Central C. All right, let's keep going. She a 6, but her friend is a 4. A 3-way, gonna make that a 10. Are you sure you want to make that wife? Okay, that don't make sense. Let me read this again. She a 6, but her friend is a 4. A 3-way, gonna make that 10. I kid you not, I read that 2 times. I still don't understand. Don't tell me that Central C and Dave, as successful as they are, as many plaques as they ran up together, is out here settling for 6 and 4s. Because that is not good math, my brother. That's just not. It's not gonna cut it, man. It's not gonna cut it. Like you can't add them up. That's not how. That's just. That's not really what That's not what they mean when they. Anyways, let's just let them figure that out. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's get into Dave's verse, right? So Dave comes on the track, spitting his double, triple entendres, and this man said, "The mandem, they love to say mandem. Like, there's one thing about UK rappers, they gonna say mandem, and they gonna say something about, I ain't even gonna make jokes because 21 Savage may get me. But anyways, let's keep going. The mandem think I'm tapped. 2 of the same car in a different colorway. Can't turn no expletive to a housewife. More time, just do it the other way. If I ask her to send me a foot picture, what? All right, I'm not quoting this no more. Y'all get the point. These dudes will make you laugh out loud with the type of lyrics they be throwing at you. So Dave and Central C, they was running up the charts and they ended up having Sprinter, which is one of the tracks off of the EP, reaching UK charts #1 overall. So it's the first #1. At Central C's no, it's Central C's first #1. Dave been doing this UK rap. So Dave is Dave's third UK #1. And I believe Dave did a track with Drake. I think it was titled Wanna Know. I may be mistaken because I didn't look this up. But I think it's called Wanna Know. And if it is, that track is straight fire. But anyways, let's keep going. So Sprinter makes the first collaboration between Dave and Central C, and boy was it a good one, as they reached #1 on the UK charts, which to them is probably the biggest thing ever. In America, I don't know where it reached, but in UK it said it reached #1. And let me see. They said in the US, they didn't even tell me what the US reached. Okay, that's interesting. Anyways, reached #1 on the UK charts, and basically the EP is titled Split Decision, if you just wanted to look it up yourself. And Dave and Central C is just giving double, triple entendres that will make you laugh out loud. Like, that's just probably the best description I can give. And it's not make you laugh out loud in a bad way, as Dave and Central C is one of those type of figures in the UK rap scene where they're definitely the best of their craft from where they're from. And obviously I'm saying that because of the exposure of them and the popularity, but also when the lyricism is attached to it, it's a pretty hard title to take away from them as the best rappers and UK, and maybe in UK history. So click my link tree in my bio. Let me know on one of my social medias. What do you think about Dave and Central C dropping a new EP titled Split Decision? And will you be giving it a listen? All right, shout out to the 12 people we have over at Wisdom right now. Just know in general, I'm wrapping this up right now. I think we have one more track to review. And I do cover the latest hip hop and gaming. If you want to hit the follow button to be notified about that, definitely do. And also, I'm a podcaster who live streams. So if you want to follow my podcast, just type in Notorious Mass Effect on whatever platform you listen to podcasts on, or just click my link tree in my bio. Gives you a direct link to whatever you listen to podcasts on. Now, without further ado, let's get into the GOAT, which I may have to change this up. Let's get into the GOAT and him hopping on a dance hall type track. I don't know what this man's doing nowadays. This man Drake is all over the place. All right, while that loads, we're gonna get this up. Let me see. Okay, cool. All right, let's get into that right. Hold on. All right, let's get into that right now. Yeah, okay. Actually, I didn't have my screen up. Okay, now let's get to my fault. Let me pull that up. Being one of the biggest artists, one of the most popular artists in the world, music has been streamed billions, I mean with a B, billions of times. His actual net value is a mystery because that man is definitely hiding his money. But I ain't gonna keep snitching on him. Let's just say that this man's net worth has already been exposed by Nicki Minaj should not be the real thing. And I'm gonna let y'all know how I know that. But you just gotta read between the lines when Nicki is talking and the way Drake reacts. But when Drake said that, when Nicki Minaj said, and you can look this up, that Drake is a billionaire, he just hasn't told anybody yet, or he's just hiding it from the world, just like he would. Let me chill. I almost went off the deep end. Push a T type beat. But anyways, he's hiding more than fans probably already have guesstimated that Drake is making, especially from his stake deal. Oh, we pocket watching over here, especially from his stake deal, which I heard was like tens of millions of dollars, and by tens I mean like in the 5 times 10. It's like this man's making at least 50 over at stake and has like partial ownership. So that's why you see him gambling all the time. And then also you have the Universal Music Group deal, and just pocket watching in general is one of the funnest things to do, but especially when you're the biggest artist in the world like Drake is. Why am I talking about all this? Because he's back once again with a new man titled J Hus. I don't know how to say his name. But technically, it's a new dance hall type of track featuring Drake. So it's not Drake's song, but when Drake's attached to it, obviously he's just gonna put immense spotlight on your track. So you better be ready whenever you get a Drake feature, because this is the type of publicity that you're gonna get in general. So obviously, a lot of people are saying it's Afro beats inspired. If you don't know, Wizkid, Burna Boy, Tim's, some of the biggest names when it comes to trying to get a hit. I mean, there's a reason why last year, literally just this past summer, Wait For You was the biggest song. because Tim's added a certain element that no other artist can add. And I think Future wasn't even able to clear that Tim's feature or even sample. It was technically a sample, but it was so much of the it had so much influence on the track that I think she had a feature. But it was from an old song, not like an old song, but it was from a previous song that Tim's did. Future wanted to sample that in his newest track, which should show you the impact of Afro beats in general. When people sample, they want to go to the tracks like Lauryn Hill. They want to go to the Isley Brothers or Marvin Gaye type tracks. They don't just pick a track that literally released a year before, a year or two before. And that's exactly what Future did, as he took a track that was already popping by Tim's, used it as a quote unquote sample, and put it on Wait For You. Because if you look up Wait For You, let me see. If you look up Wait For You, right? So Wait For You by Future, and then the Tim song. I forget the actual name of the track. That's why I'm looking it up. So Wait For You by Future sampled Higher by Tim's, which Higher was already released in 2020. And Wait For You was released in 2022. So imagine sampling a track that's so popular, but is only 2 years. It was only released 2 years ago. So that's the type of impact that Afrobeats is having on the music landscape in general. So with Drake attaching his name to Jay Huss or Jay Hughes, I feel like he's trying to do the exact same format. Get an Afrobeat artist who's already popular, hop on his track, his or her track, and try to have the song of the summer. It already worked for Wait For You, so why would it not work again for this Afrobeat type of artist called Jay Hughes? Now, we get into the quality of the track. Now, technically, I am one of those type of people that would be considered a Drake stan. But when I tell you that Drake was playing hide and seek with the beat, I can't describe it any clearer than that, because that's exactly what took place. I don't know what happened to Drake. I don't know if that man was under the influence. I don't know if that man just did not care to have another hit. If he didn't take it as seriously as Wait For You, well, obviously he didn't take it as serious because he couldn't find the beat. He couldn't catch the beat. If the beat was right in front of him, he wouldn't have even seen the beat because this man was singing in a way that was just unbearable to hear. And as a Drake stan, that breaks my heart because you don't just want to come out and say your favorite artist gave you some mid, but I'm here to say my favorite artist that came in and gave me some straight up trash. Like Jay Hughes or Huss or however you say his name carried the track so heavy. I thought I was looking at prime MJ in this flu game. That's how bad I thought Drake was getting carried. And as a Drake stan, it hurts my heart to say it, but sometimes you just got to be completely transparent with your favorite artist and the quality that he's putting out. And who told you had the potential to become Song of the Summer? But because as a result of Aubrey Graham playing hide and seek with the beat, we officially have to count this out as Song of the Summer because this man sold on one of the best Afrobeat sounding tracks I've heard in a while. I mean, Jay Hughes was on there sounding great, came with the chorus. I was like, surely the GOAT about to come on and just go crazy. And boy, did he do the opposite. So yeah, man, I don't really think this is gonna have the success that Wait For You had with Future and Tim's. And I mean, the timelines matching up. I feel like Drake's literally trying to catch that same type of momentum and buzz with the Afrobeat centric track, just like Wait For You was. So I feel like at the end of the day, man, you can't make them all, but the ones you miss sure does hurt whenever you're observing as a fan. And to watch Drake miss this bad off of an Afro beat that he's usually killing with the singing and the melodies. It just hurts my heart, and I don't want to say anymore because I'm not trying to get it kicked out the OVO hive. But let me just say that man could have did a lot better with his feature, and he really sold. This is the first time I would ever say that Drake sold a person who he gave a feature to. Usually, the Drake feature is like a humongous stimulus package for that artist, which it probably still will be, spotlight wise and popularity wise. But as far as quality and sales, I mean, so sales is to be it's like TBD. But as far as quality, personally, for me, this is probably one of Drake's worst features of all time. So, anyways, click my link tree in my bio. Let me know on one of my social medias. Do you think that Drake was playing hide and seek with the beat, or did you actually enjoy the track? And if you did, what was your favorite part of Who Told You by J Hus featuring Drake? All right, for my people tuning in live, who would have thunk that I would have killed my favorite artist for the last review of the night? Technically morning. So I want to thank all the 13 people we have in here right now. Just know in general, I always cover the latest hip hop and gaming tracks. If you want to follow me, please do. If you are into hip hop or if you're into gaming, I cover both on a routine basis. Like I always like to say, I'm a podcaster who live streams. So if you want to follow my podcast, just type in Notorious Mass Effect or whatever platform you listen to podcasts on, or just click my link tree in my bio. In general, we just surpassed 730,000 total downloads in just 6 months under Red Circle, which is a whole new hosting platform. So let's just say we're doing great as far as a whole. And if you want to join the masses, my link tree is in my bio, and it gives you direct access to whatever platform you listen to podcasts on. And also, another shameless plug, check out my other music reviews when I talked about, I didn't put my latest, I put my latest reviews in there. I did not mean to do that. All right, let me see if I actually have another one. I don't. I accidentally put the up-to-date music reviews. Okay, well, let's do this one. Okay, so check out my latest episode, 123, is Star Wars Jedi Survivor Game of the Year. That's the title. So Notorious Mass Effect, episode 123. If you type in Notorious Mass Effect, episode 123, it should definitely pop up. But basically, the title is Star Wars Jedi Survivor Game of the Year, a game I review. And amongst a plethora, I always cover for my episodes, if you want to know the structure, I cover a plethora of gaming and hip hop topics all in one episode. So that's the main gist of it. Like, I'm giving my Jedi Survivor review, but it's surrounded by a lot, and I mean a lot, of hip hop and gaming talk. So it's available on all podcast platforms via my link tree and bio. Like I said, we surpassed, I done messed up the number. It's actually 750,000 total downloads in just 6 months under Red Circle. Also, we're averaging around 72,000 weekly downloads when we used to be at 37,000. It's just a lot of stuff going in the right direction for the podcast. I definitely appreciate y'all. That's why I'm even live streaming right now, because I technically don't have to, but I like that extra accessibility for anybody who like supports heavy enough to try to just be in tune whenever I go live. So yeah, man, in general, I definitely appreciate the 13 people right here who's in the Wisdom live stream right now. And yeah, I done got all my shameless plugs out the way. If you don't know where to go by now, you may just be a lost soul. Not just but yeah, nah, so that's it for my shameless promo. And that's it for the stream. I definitely covered everything I wanted to cover. Yeah, Drake's interested. Yeah, okay. And I will catch y'all next time. I'm out.